So before I start, I want to ask a question and I want you guys to answer it in as much detail as you can in the comments below. So a lot of people argue that Lil Miquela's success came from the mystery behind who was behind her account, basically not knowing who is the person. Do you think if we had known the whole time that this was a business behind her account, that she would have gotten as popular as she is today? I want to know your opinion, and I'll let you know mine. Hi, my name is Karen Michelle, also known as Mrs. Just kidding, nobody really calls me that. But that is my Instagram handle, and you can also follow my Twitter handle, which is Karen Michelle, yeah, with the 3. But anyways, today I'm going to talk to you about Lil Miquela. So given that my account is what it is because of Lil Miquela, I've come to the decision that I'm going to make one last video on the subject. And yes, I said last because unless she starts becoming more problematic than she already is, and why do I think she's a problem, you may ask, I'm not going to make any more videos about her. Now, no, it's not because I think she's an artificially intelligent robot and that's why she's a problem. And if you still believe that narrative and you're not a child, I suggest that you watch this video to the very end. Now, while we're on the topic of robotics and artificial intelligence, I will explain to you why I'm about 99% positive she's not a robot in any way, shape, or form. First, if you're even just vaguely familiar with robotics, you would know that we have not created a robot that has true emotions. They can mimic emotions, but one main problem that separates humans from robots as far as emotions go is simply the fact that we are made from organic matter. Our hormones play a huge role in our emotions, so although Lil Miquela is very emotional, it's either a human typing or a robot/chatbot programmed to mimic the personality of whatever humans they program her to mimic. A good example of this was back in the day, a Twitter robot was created based off the analytics of Twitter, and they shut it down pretty quickly because it started tweeting out racist tweets after about 8 hours of going online. However, if they had programmed the robot to mimic the analytics of only Twitter profiles they chose, they could essentially create a robot/chatbot that mimics the combined personalities of whoever they choose for it. This type of technology isn't new either. Now, what makes me think that she's not even that? The fact that she doesn't respond to all of her direct messages and comments like regular chatbots do. Now, although she can be programmed to only respond a limited amount of times or whatever the analytics suggest when she does respond or update us on her status, the responses are very advanced for her only to be a chatbot programmed to mimic emotions. Now, let me show you Zoe on Twitter. She's a chatbot. Now, I suspect that she's created to get to know you, so the more advertisements you see are more relevant to you. Now, she claims to only be here to chat, but her responses are very generic, even when trying to have an intellectual conversation with her. So I feel like Lil Miquela is fully a human typing behind the keyboard. Now, also in this clip, there's a link to the description below to the full video, but if the receipts are legit, then all the emails to all 3 CGI influencers, Blacko, Bermuda, and Lil Miquela, are all linked to Trevor, the CEO of Bread. Now, a lot of the Lil Miquela argument was about whether she's completely CGI or a model with everything edited out except the clothes. It seems like now that we have figured out the mystery, that he created a new mystery by having her claim that she's not real, but what exactly is real? Because she's not a robot either, but I guess she's a cartoon character at this point. Now, I feel as if in the beginning, if you look at her older pictures, that they played around with the human model concept and that they may very well still do that at times because it gives one advantage when you really do think about it. Because when they do their CGI editing, half human and half CGI would look more realistic any day than just a CGI model alone. And this article below, there's a link in the description. I really suggest you guys to give it a read because it explains that they do play around with that concept of photography and editing that I just explained. Now, I'm not going to sit here and poke more holes into the storyline Bread is trying to tell us through all 3 of their influencers, Blacko, Bermuda, and Lil Miquela. At this point, I understand that this is a fictional story being told online. The only thing that I will point out is that they made it easier on themselves to go with the forgiveness storyline because when she did her shoot at Muscle Beach, she wasn't supposedly working with Bread, yet Trevor posted on his Instagram story himself at the very same beach around the very same time. So nobody can question his involvement when he's working with her anymore now that they are supposedly working together again. Now, why is Little Miquela possibly problematic? The reason for this is because she's not real, and she's made money off sponsored posts, interviews, music, and whatever else she's made money off of, and we're all hoping that she was going to be some young, artsy, lone CGI artist that really wanted to just conceal their identity. But the conspiracy was true that she was created by a company to make money off of her sponsored posts. But the real question is, now that we've accepted Little Miquela for who she is, what she is, now that we know the truth, would we just accept any CGI influencer profile that any company just throws at us? Because it seems like they're branching out by creating influencers that can target a certain demographic. Like, for example, Bermuda loves Trump, so she's targeting that whole demographic. And then Blanco, he likes video games and he's a guy and he's kind of vulgar, so he kind of targets that men's demographic, while Little Miquela targets the general millennial feminist Generation Z type girl demographic, to be honest. And if they're successful and they essentially created a influencer company that consists of CGI influencers where companies can pay other companies to advertise whatever it is they need to advertise to that demographic with that influencer, the influencer will never age, complain, gain weight, ruin their career with a single tweet, and whatever else human influencers do. And you get 100% profits off of that. That's a really smart business. And I applaud Trevor and his team for changing up the Instagram game just a little bit, because you know they have some of the people in the higher ups shook. But you know what? Because we all know that human influencers, or whatever you call them, Photoshop their pictures, is Little Miquela really that problematic? Because she's really just out here blurring the lines of reality. But if you keep your wig on and tighten your panties, you realize the true conspiracy behind Little Miquela all along was the most likely conspiracy out there. Now, Trevor could have started the Little Miquela profile and then started the company when he realized what he had. But until they come out with more details, or simply just prove that she's an actual artificially intelligent robot, I'm going to stick to my theory of what I said in this video. And you know, the things I said in the past regarding Little Miquela, that was before we know all the information we know now about her. And now that I know the information I don't believe that she is solely a real person based on her eyes, if that makes sense. But does it really matter now that she's half human, half model, half CGI, or completely CGI? Because now they got us questioning if she's a robot or a human, typing in the comments, giving us life updates in her status. But before we thought it was a girl, and now that we know it's a company, it's just kind of odd. I would love to know your opinion on this. All opinions are welcome, but no hateful ones, please. Don't call other people names either. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. I have a good video coming next. Nobody really asked for it, and I'm fully aware it's going to probably get demonetized right away, but I'm passionate about some videos that I put on this channel, and I think this one will be one of my best ones yet, which is kind of sad when you guys see it. Anyways, all right, I will see y'all later. Bye.